Hey, what's up, guys? This is Fula with another video. Basically, in this video, I'm gonna try to look at two perspectives in this current scenario we have with Canelo right now. And after those two perspectives, I'm going to lean towards one final conclusion. So today, via ESPN and other boxing outlets, it was made known that Canelo would challenge for a super middleweight title at the 168-pound division in December, which means that he's moving up in weight in order to do so. Now, the person he's challenging, Rocky Fielding, has the title at that division. So I guess Team Canelo decided that it would be befitting to go challenge him for a title rather than just taking a tune-up title at 160-pound middleweight division. So this brings on some questions. The first question is, will he stay at 168 and clean out the division? Or will he fluctuate between 160 and 168? That's the real question. I try to look at it through a way to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's really hard for me to do that. On one hand, this could very well be a tune-up fight. This could very well be considered a tune-up fight. He just got off a fight with Golovkin, which was a serious affair. It was a very close fight. He got the nod for the victory against Golovkin. On the other hand, there were other tune-up fights at 160. One of the tune-up fights was David Lemieux. And to take it a step further, the WBC even said that he's allowed to make voluntary mandatory title defense. So, one must ask, why not just stay at 160 and just take care of things there if you're supposed to be the face of boxing, the top boxer right now? Then there goes the other possibility. Hey, maybe he's trying to get a new challenge, clean up a higher division. Maybe he's trying to do that. Maybe the fact that he's not on HBO, and Eddie Hearn is trying to make this DAZN act take off in America by any means necessary, basically now, could be another reason. Rocky Fielding is a UK fighter, okay? Let's face it. Eddie Hearn will do everything in his power to put all fights in UK on DAZN, because the market is smaller than it is here in America. So maybe we can say that Eddie Hearn is being an opportunist and, taking this chance. Maybe him and Oscar came together behind the scenes and said, hey, you know what, mate? I have a fighter that maybe Canelo can challenge and get a new belt too. Who knows? But there's something deep inside of me. This is just me. I don't know. I could be very wrong. But something tells me that it was a safety net for what was to come. The WBC ordered that GGG fight Jamal Charlo, and the winner will get Canelo. According to Team Golovkin, though, they are already looking in a different direction. They are already looking at a more simpler route to get to Canelo and get a third rematch. Now, with this being said, we have to look at Canelo's history, really. One has to ask, who has Canelo beat convincingly without having questionable scorecards? Who has Canelo beat convincingly that is worth naming? Who was an active, live, dog, boxer, ring IQ, athleticism, everything, the whole package, you name it. Many people disputed the Cotto fight. Many people thought that should be a tie. Many people disputed the Trout fight. Many people thought that should have been a tie. When Mayweather dogged the shit out of Canelo, one of the judges had it a draw for some reason. I don't know what he was looking at. When Erislandy Lara made Canelo a student, many people disputed that fight. The first Golovkin fight was disputed. So, in essence, when we look at Canelo's resume, I mean, the guys, we can say that that have a little name, but don't have like a lot of name, that he's beaten convincingly is James Kirkland, DM Smith, and Amir Khan. But none of the elite names were beaten convincingly, you know. And even the over-the-hill fights were not beaten convincingly. Like, I mean, Cotto was obviously over the hill when he fought Canelo. I mean, Mayweather was like, I think 36, 37 when he beat Canelo. And these Canelo decasts will say, well, Canelo was young back then. He was still green. He was still green. That fight didn't count. It didn't count. Canelo's been pro since he was 15. He was about 23 at the time. Please save me the dramatics with that. So, it comes down to a couple of things. Possibility number one, he could be just chasing greatness and moving up. Possibility number two, he's experimenting with the idea of moving up, and if it doesn't suit him, he may move back down. Possibility number three, He's ducking the inevitable Charlo smoke. And what do I think? Possibility number 3. And I mean, it's kind of clear as daylight. It's really kind of clear what's happening and how they're giving Charlo the runaround in this whole situation, man. I will give Canelo his respect that he's a good fighter. He has some skill. He does some certain things that are good and stuff like that. But against a more athletic, against a more fast twitch muscle guy, Canelo is bad matchups for him. We've seen what those fighters have done to him. If you rewatch the Erislandy Lara fight, if you rewatch the Mayweather fight. So just imagine what Charlo may do, And Charlo is a big guy. People don't realize how big he is, So I think him, Team Canelo, don't want that. Because I remember even there was, shout out to Dante's Boxing Nation, he asked Team Canelo when Canelo was at 154, are you going to fight Charlo? Are you going to do this? And his team was like, yeah. But the way they said, yeah, it was just like, you can tell that they were just saying that to save face, that they had no intention of fighting him. As a matter of fact, Canelo did the same thing with Boo Boo Andrade. He did the same thing. There was a time when he was Canelo's Mando, and Canelo vacated the belt, because he didn't want those problems. And I'm pretty sure Golden Boy didn't want those problems. And the thing is about it, these Canelo fans will go to the end of the earth to try to defend him and stuff like that. But if you were so confident in your fighter winning, then put your money where your mouth is and get him to fight these guys. Okay? And I'm not saying that he has to fight them all at once or all one by one. I'm saying at least once a year he should have a tough guy, And I'm sorry to say I don't consider Golovkin a tough guy. I'm talking about a real dog, a real athlete, not a guy who just is a come forward guy. A real challenge, And I'm sorry, no disrespect. I know it takes balls to get into the ring. But this guy, Rocky Fielding, he already got knocked out by another guy named Colin Smith. Okay? So this is just what boxing has become. These fighters are protected. And if you're a Canelo fan and you're arguing that he's not protected, then, I agree to disagree with you. That's basically it, I agree to disagree. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section and let me know what you think he's trying to do. From your general opinion, let me know what you think that Canelo is trying to do. Shout out to the whole LDBC, and I'm off until the next one. Enjoy, Rama.